welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are checking out the Dark Phoenix trailer that was released a couple days ago. Um, yeah, I've had a lot of early morning meetings and I work nights, so I hadn't had time to watch this yet, but I figured I didn't want to show bias. I post a lot of DC, I love DC, but I do love the X-Men. Um, Sad that the franchise is ending and going back to Marvel proper, but hopefully it'll it's good and bad. It's a long discussion. If you want to talk about it in the comments, feel free to. But anyways, as far as the X-Men movies go, um, I like Days of Future Past. Apocalypse was it was like a popcorn movie. I was really excited for New Mutants until that got pushed back, and it looks like it's gonna be in development hell slash not gonna release at all. So oh well, but it looked really promising. As far as Dark Phoenix goes, the first trailer, it was a trailer. Um, so let's just see if this has anything interesting. I'm going into it with an open mind. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters to be honest, but so far, it hasn't said it was a bad movie. It's just gonna be mediocre because we know the X-Men could do better. So we'll see how that goes.
Why did you make me do that?
Look at me. Focus on my voice. I'm not giving up on you, Jean.
She was my friend.
You're my family, Jean. Stop. No matter what.
Stop, stop.
I'll talk about it later after this trailer.
You're special, Jean. And if you stop fighting that force inside you, if you embrace it, you will possess the very power of a god.
Yeah. That's a nice shot, though. Again, I'll talk about it after I have a thing to say.
She'll kill us all.
Damn! No!
Tell me how we fix this, Charles. Tell me what to do. I don't know what to do.
Kind of
Mother
bad.
didn't understand what they fear, and what they fear, we seek to destroy.
Nice.
This is your fault, Charles. I tried to protect her.
I'm scared. When I lose control, bad things happen to people I love.
The girl dies.
She's still Jean. We can still help her.
Sometimes you want to believe people are something
Nice.
that they are not.
Nice!
By the time you realize who they are,
Michael Fassbender's great.
it's too late.
Did she have an accent in the last one?
She's coming.
Wow. Okay, so let's start with the positives. The positives, her powers look great. I like the visual effects going off of her. It's what 13 years after The Last Stand. I think it came out in 2006, right? Um, so the visual effects, yeah, trying to say something weird. The visual effects have improved a lot, and so it really shows. The sort of reddish, purplish glow and like the tendrils almost sort of emanating off of her. They're really impressive. And just sort of the different powers that she's using. I mean, it's all telekinesis, but it's still visually impressive. Whereas in Last Stand, she was just kind of like disintegrate somebody, you know, just look at somebody, But here it's more of a visual affair. Um, so I appreciate that. Michael Fassbender, like I said, he's doing really great. I really like him. Um, and I think Ian McKellen did great as Magneto, but I think Michael Fassbender is doing just as good in a different way. It's the same character, I know, but I think they're both of their interpretations are great. James McAvoy, he's great. This kind of leads into my problem though. The the what do you call? I don't know what you call it, but like the second generation, the first class generation, that sort of span of movies is timeline fuckery. Like so it starts back in the 50s in the Cuban Missile Crisis. Um, and this movie is supposed to take place in the 90s, I think. So that's 40-year time span, and they look the same age. Charles is just bald. That's the only difference. Like they're the same character, same age. He's just bald. Mystique, she looks the same. Like what is going on? Um, yeah, that's a mistake that they made in the new generation of X-Men movies, was keeping them all, like, trying to do this decade thing. It's like, no, it's just not working. You can't have the same cast and have them play different decades, because you're not doing the work in there. Even the kid characters, they came around in the 70s, were the, well, Quicksilver was in the 70s. He was in Days of Future Past. So he's at least 20 years older. So he should be like 40 now. He still looks like, a little bit older than me. And like Beast, he's supposed to be in what? He's the same generation as Xavier and all them. The only ones that have an excuse for being young are Jean, Cyclops, and Storm. And I don't think they showed Nightcrawler really. He might have been in the background, but he didn't do anything. But those characters were from the last movie, Apocalypse, and that was the 80s. So it's like, okay, you can kind of excuse it because it's only 10 years. But anyways, timeline just it pissed me off. The other bad thing, this trailer did show. I saw people tweeting about it, and I wasn't sure. I had my suspicions, but it does look like Mystique dies, which it's fine as a character thing. Like I don't care. Like I think there should be stakes, and Mystique dying would be interesting and stuff like that. But there's just so much drama going on with the actors behind the screen. Jennifer Lawrence not wanting to do blue paint, she just kind of phoning it in. And just sort of the SJW stuff going on with her, and she's just problematic actress in general. So it doesn't have the impact. This movie just has a lot negative going for it. Like as a standalone, if it just existed in a void, I think it would be better than Last Stand for sure. I think it would be, maybe a B movie, like easily a B movie. It has the budget, the production value, all that stuff. The problem is there's just so much behind the scenes stuff going on. The Disney merger, stuff with Jennifer Lawrence, the weird, decisions with the plot as far as timelines and stuff. The fact that they're repeating The Last Stand, which I will say, to its credit, it's not really repeating The Last Stand, it's just repeating the Phoenix thing. And as far as that goes, that's another positive thing. I think they're doing the Phoenix better. Okay, full disclaimer, I haven't read X-Men comics. Once I'm caught up on all the DC stuff that I want to do, I want to jump over to Marvel and try and do X-Men, maybe some Daredevil and stuff like that. I want to try out some characters in Marvel, but the X-Men are intriguing to me. Anyways, my point is, Last Stand had too much going on. It was about this cure for the mutant, the mutant gene. I don't know what they called it. They had that going on, and they had the Phoenix thing going on from X2 at the end of that, and then yeah, it was just too many eggs in one basket. And so this movie, at least, it knows it wants to just be about Phoenix. They call it Dark Phoenix. All the trailers have shown it's about her. I know Jessica Chastain is playing some sort of alien, but I think she's related to the Phoenix somehow. So the good news is it's focused. The bad news is it's just not a movie. From what I've heard, it's not a storyline that you could do in one movie. Which, So anyways, I've rambled too long. Feel free to talk in the comments about anything I discussed or anything you want to bring up. But basically, it looks good. It looks fine. It's just too little too late, I think. there's just too many things going on. It kind of sucks that it's in the position that it is, but at the end of the day, if it makes money, congratulations. You know, I'll see it eventually. Who knows when, but it does look good. Yeah, I'll see you guys.